It's Tuesday, June 10, and Jane is back on the stand, but this time under cross-examination. And the defense attorney is pressing her on everything, from their past conversations to her emotional dynamic with Combs. So let's break down what the jury just heard. I'm an attorney and I read what happened, so you don't have to. The defense attorney began by confirming that Jane and the defense team had spoken several times before the trial, but that she stopped engaging in April. She confirmed on the stand that she didn't feel any pressure by them. Jane acknowledged that although Combs is paying her attorney's fees, that she feels properly represented. When asked if she regrets her choices, Jane said, "I resent him for leading me to the lifestyle he led me to." She added, "My choices were made under a lot of emotional pressure." Though she admitted to still loving Combs, she testified that their relationship was shaped by a lot of emotional manipulation. The defense attorney then shifted to hotel nights, which is the term that Jane would use to describe these nights that she had with entertainers. Jane said that she would care for Combs afterwards, massaging him, bathing him, making food for him, and watching Dateline with him, which was his favorite show. "He was my baby," she said. She testified that she didn't want him to feel judged during these nights. "I felt that my partner was trusting me in a very vulnerable moment." At the time, she believed that she was the only woman involved in these hotel nights and admitted to checking his phone to confirm. She described feeling loved during these encounters, but also said, "I'm breaking all of my own boundaries just to make him feel extremely loved." The defense attorney then suggested that Jane chose to take these substances during the hotel nights. Jane replied, "Mr. Combs would offer me the substance and would expect me to take it." She testified that roleplay and cheating fantasies were common during these encounters and that Combs would direct them. Jane admitted that they reconciled often. "We would get back because we missed each other." She testified that Combs made her feel confident and invested in her fashion business, investing about $20,000. He also sent her money frequently. Asked if it totaled over $150,000, she testified, "I never really counted, but I would assume yeah." She moved into a rental that Combs would pay $10,000 for a month in 2023. He paid $40,000 up front and allegedly considered paying an additional 3 months when the relationship was beginning to decline. "The rent was just always like a little reminder," Jane testified. Jane confirmed that she never wanted hotel nights or entertainers to be public or confirmed to Combs' employees. She described an early trip to Miami with Combs where he bought her a bag, a bracelet, and some shoes. She testified that that's when he first introduced this idea of a polyamorous relationship. And at first, she accepted it, but she grew uneasy as her feelings deepened. She stated that things shifted when Combs started publicly dating young Miami. "It was definitely not something that I signed up for," Jane said. "I didn't sign up to date a man that was in a public relationship." The defense attorney also brought up the Turks and Caicos trip. Jane had previously testified that on this trip, Combs had sprung a hotel night and an entertainer on her. The defense attorney presented loving text messages and voice notes between Combs and Jane. The jury heard a recording that Jane had sent Combs about how much she loved him and how much fun she had on this trip. "Everything just feels so good, and I'm so happy," she can be heard saying. Court is still in session and Jane is still under cross-examination. So make sure to come back for the next part and let me know if you have comments or questions down below.